In this episode, we'll celebrate the arts, hear some music, and see how the township is preparing for a potential weather emergency. Welcome to Living in Bloomfield. Some of our favorite residents in Bloomfield Township are the non-human ones. If they get lost, this is where you can find them.
A lot of people have lived in the township for 30 years and walk in and say, I never knew we had a shelter, and we've been here for 35 years. Animals come to the shelter, either they're found stray in the township, and we will take surrendered animals from Bloomfield, Franklin, or Birmingham as well. We mostly take in cats and dogs, but we take in guinea pigs, we have an iguana, we have hamsters. You never know what's going to walk through that door.
I have a dog from Bloomfield Township Animal Shelter that lives and stays with me. I adopted him years ago when I was on patrol, and he fits in great with the family. So we do partner with vets around here. We also partner with Oakland County Animal Shelter. They'll do some of their veterinary services for us, whether it's spaying or neuter, to help us keep our costs down, but also help them with their population of animals. I was approached by a nonprofit foundation who wanted to do some help with Bloomfield Township and our animal shelter. We have a front desk that has been there since about the 80s. We have tile cracking, the desks are coming up, not a lot of storage for supplies. So we were able to get approval for about $29,000 in grant money to totally redo our front entranceway.
I'm a full-time animal welfare officer for the township. We pick up dead animals on the side of the roadway or in someone's backyard. If we have a larger animal like a heavier deer, I can call for backup, call for an officer. They would assist me in doing that. If a resident wants to report an animal, you would call a dispatch non-emergency number. When we take an animal that's either lost or we find it abandoned, we put it on our Lost and Found website. We have different resources to try to locate its owner.
The best thing to do for your pet before you lose it is get a microchip and make sure you have a current license. First, we scan them for a chip. If no chip, we will look on many websites where people post lost pets.
If you are looking for a new family member or you want to adopt, always remember that we're here. We have plenty of cats and lots of great dogs. And come in and see if there's a fit for you before you go out and shop.
Today what we're doing is a training exercise for our Emergency Operations Center. We have an emergency operations plan here for Bloomfield Township. Today we have currently 27 people, roughly here from different disciplines. We also have Michigan State Police, as well as a school district for Bloomfield Hills, and Oakland County Emergency Management team here. And what we're doing is we're doing an orientation for a lot of the new department heads or the new staff that's been brought into a role of emergency support function.
So today's event is based on a severe weather event. We're conducting a tabletop exercise that allows all of the groups that would be involved to be able to work together to work through issues that may occur and allow us to better serve our residents through emergency management.
I'm with Oakland County Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division. We are the county's Public Act 390 emergency management program for the entire county. And what we're doing is supporting our local jurisdiction, Bloomfield Township EOC, with their tabletop exercise and EOC orientation. I want to promote Oak Alert. We would like to promote that, and it takes just a minute to opt into that, and you'll get a text, email, and or possibly a phone call if there's an emergency affecting your area, and we can use geolocating for that location. So if you're a Bloomfield Township resident and you sign up for that, and a tornado warning is in effect for Oakland County and for Bloomfield Township, we would do that at the request of the Bloomfield Township Fire and Police Department.
If you logged in and you were adding information into MySims, that's great. So in the event of an emergency, we want you to understand that the township here, we have plans in place that we can start, initiate, and get things and get you assistance. What we would encourage you to do is to look out for those communication methods that we would be pushing out via social media, maybe an emergency alert, and to follow those guidance. Along with that, we would really encourage you to be prepared for an event before that occurs. A lot of times that can minimize the damage or maybe the severity at which an incident occurs. So maintaining a kit that you have at your house that has batteries or flashlights, different things like that you would need during an emergency. And we have a full list of that stuff on our website that you can look at. We're just happy to be here. We're excited. All the groups here that are representing all their different respective departments, we're working through to improve the plans we have in place and to better serve our residents here and into the future.
If a weather emergency strikes, think twice before calling 911. If the situation is not life-threatening, call the non-emergency number at 248-433-7755.
The Birmingham Bloomfield Community Coalition, BBCC, is a substance use prevention organization that's focused on youth, middle, and high school. We cover Birmingham and Bloomfield Hills. My role as the youth program coordinator is primarily to work with high school students on our Youth Action Board.
The Youth Action Board is a community of teens where we can all talk about teen mental health and well-being and prevention of substance abuse. I've been on the board for the past 3 years. I was community outreach officer my sophomore year, and then last year as vice president, now I'm co-president.
Just wait until you see and hear what these talented teens can do.
My favorite part about being with the BBCC is being able to be part of the solution and to be an advocate for our young people. Having the Youth Action Board, having the teens around the table from our 10 different high schools, they're the one who drive our dialogue. They drive the discussions. We make sure that the youth voice is incorporated in everything we do.
The YB has been a very positive experience in my life. It has helped me express problems and come up with solutions to my own problems and to help my friends with stuff they're going through.
We have had students literally tell us, because of this group, because of being able to be with their peers on a regular basis, being in that loving, safe environment, that it was the reason that they actually made it through high school the way they did and didn't go down another path.
And the very thing that teens are experimenting with, they may think is helping their anxiety, they may think is a safe substance to try because it's marketed that way, is causing serious health risks and problems to their developing brain and their precious lungs and bodies.
If every one of our students had one adult in their school, and it doesn't have to be a teacher, it could be anyone in the school who saw them and just asked them how they were doing, that really made them feel like they were seen and heard.
My favorite part about the YAB is being able to express my feelings and my opinions so that I can strive to help the world in some way and help the people around me.
Youth Action Board students can earn community service for their time here, and by the time they leave and graduate us, they have served hundreds of hours of community service.
I joined the Youth Action Board in September of my freshman year of high school because I saw a flyer that was sent out by my counselor and it just looked like a group of people that I would want to be a part of.
I joined it because my friends encouraged me to join it, and I thought that it would be a really good way that I can express my ideas and my feelings towards these issues happening.
Youth Action Board is a great place for students to make healthy connections and feel like they're not alone, and just know that we're here for you.
Together we can really make a difference.
To find out more or to get involved, email Executive Director Carol Mastriani. Bloomfield Township Police Chief James Gallagher answered questions about police response to anti-Semitic threats in the community at Keeping Our Community Safe, a forum on security, anti-Semitism, and law enforcement in Jewish Detroit, presented by the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit at Temple Beth El in Bloomfield Township.
When he said he was going to other synagogues, the officer at that moment believed he was dealing with a First Amendment auditor, and one of the things that they do is try to get us to violate their rights and tell them they can't go places. On the other side of that, what people can't see is what our dispatch is doing on the other side. or what the officers are asking them to do. And we have a law enforcement information network, it's called LEAN, that we are able to communicate with any jurisdiction around and send out information that, hey, this individual was here, and be on the lookout for them.
You can view the entire forum on our YouTube page at the link bit.ly/TBE1214. We're here in the control room in our studio on the Township campus. This week's Looking Back segment was produced by one of our community producers, Kent Lund. Kent has been inviting guests into the studio for his show, The Collectors. In this segment, he went on site to visit the old Spokes home.
I'm a Bloomfield Township resident. My show is called The Collectors. My name is Kent Lund. I've done about 20 shows. I just had this idea that I enjoy talking to collectors, and I like mostly to find out, to me the most important thing of collecting, or the funnest part of collecting, is the story of how you found it, how you tracked it down, how you discovered it. So I always like to ask that question.
Residents of Bloomfield Township have the opportunity to produce their own TV show through Bloomfield Community Television, something Collectors host Kent Lund has done since 2018. His most recent tapings took him to the island of Groseal.
The museum is called the Old Spokes Home of Groseal. My name is Gerard Roger Gauthier. I generally go by Roger. This is my collection of bicycles. And I like the mechanical simplicity of bicycles. There's no hydraulics, there's no electrics. It's just beautiful mechanical devices, and I find that fascinating.
I had a bicycle. I think everybody had a bicycle at one time in their life, and I heard about this from another show I did on bicycles. He told me about this museum. I contacted Roger, and Roger said, hey, come on down, no problem. So I came down for a first visit to see what was here, and I was amazed, and then we came to shoot.
2015, I built this building, and I was kind of forced into it. I had about 40 or 50 bikes hanging from the ceiling of my garage and all over the porch and the house, and my wife gave me one of those dirty looks one day and says, you have to do something with them. So I said, why not? And I built this place as a bike museum. It's probably one of the most comprehensive in the country. There aren't that many. Like I say, it's probably it's the largest in the state, and it's probably the largest, one of the largest. Approximately 250 bicycles in here on display. I try to cover all genres from 1818 up to about the 1970s.
To see both episodes of The Collectors shot at the Old Spokes home, visit our YouTube page or the video on demand section of the Bloomfield Township website. Visit bloomfieldtwp.org and scroll down to the clapperboard icon for our video on demand. There you'll find more of BCTV's programming, including public meetings and past episodes of The Collectors, like one of the more memorable and odd collections, shopping bags.
The show on shopping bags around the world, I was very skeptical about. I thought, how could that be? Interesting. But the young lady that came in and brought her shopping bags, there was a time when shopping bags were a big part of advertising for the store. In New York, if you're walking down the street with Bergdorf Goodman bag, and they were usually beautifully illustrated or painted or designed. And so she has hundreds of shopping bags from around the world. That was a pretty interesting show. And the canes, walking canes were a fashion item. I had no idea until I talked to the cane guy. It's fascinating, unique.
As for Lund, he's a collector himself.
I collect toy boats, model boats from Waterworks Park in Belle Isle, Michigan, that were about 36 inches long. And to be in the club, you had to make the gasoline or steam motor, so they were talented people. There was no fixed design. It was whatever you thought went fast, so every boat is unique. And that's what I got into lately. Years ago, I collected fishing tackle for a while, and also gas globes and gas station paraphernalia. I've sold all that since, and then now I'm into the boats.
Have a collection you'd like to see featured? Contact Kent Lund at bctvthecollectors@gmail.com. Want to produce your own TV show? Attend our producer workshop. Call 248-433-7790 to schedule your appointment today. Birmingham Bloomfield Arts Center recently hosted the 27th Annual Cultural Arts Awards. The event was put on by the Cultural Council. The relationship between the Arts Center and the Cultural Council is natural.
We've been part of them since I believe our inception of the Cultural Council. We also host the Cultural Arts Award every year. And it's our privilege to do that.
This year, the honorees were John W. Rutherford, an English and theater teacher at Birmingham Groves, who was honored for nurturing artistic voices.
Winning this award is really surprising and exciting, and it really means that people recognize my contributions to creating live theater in the Birmingham and Bloomfield community.
The Village Players of Birmingham, a nonprofit community theater that recently celebrated their 100th season. The Village Players received the Partners with the Arts Award.
As we enter our 100th year of presenting quality theatrical productions to our community, we feel especially blessed to have this honor bestowed upon us.
And Howard Hertz, an entertainment lawyer for over 45 years and president of the Detroit Music Awards for over 20. He took home the Special Lifetime Achievement Award for being a champion of artistic freedom.
The only feeling that I wasn't sure about was whether it meant I was really old because I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. But I really was thrilled that, with the hard work that I was recognized for it.
When it is not hosting events like the Cultural Art Awards, the Birmingham Bloomfield Arts Center is open and free to the public all year round. But in December, its 5 galleries are transformed into the Holiday Shop.
So I believe we're in our 42nd year, which is crazy, of doing the Holiday Shop. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, whether you're shopping for your house, for yourself, for a loved one, a friend, we have it. It's really beautifully displayed. It takes a lot of talented people here at the Art Center who help do that, and it's a pleasant shopping experience for unique artisan-made gifts. Nothing is manufactured here. We have the soaps and the candles and the bath bombs for pampering yourself. We have a special men's section. Men are difficult to shop for, and we have the perfect gift for that. We have jewelry. Of course, it's always nice to get a little bauble for the holiday. We have an incredible ornament gallery that is just magical. And then we have incredible Hanukkah items as well. We have children's gifts and books. The local artist writes the books and his wife illustrates, and each one is individually signed. Also, a perfect gift is to get a gift certificate to the Art Center for that loved one that might want to think about taking a class.
On November 21st, local police agencies teamed up with Mothers Against Drunk Driving to remind everyone to stay safe this holiday season.
We are here at M1 Concourse for the Tie One On campaign with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Tie One On campaign is to remind our residents and citizens on the roadways to designate a driver and drive sober.
I'm on the MAD National Law Enforcement Committee, and MAD is very concerned about the increase in traffic deaths over the past 3 years. Preliminary traffic fatality data estimates more than 20,000 people were killed on American roads in the first half of 2022. Think about that for a second, 20,000 people. A 16-year high, largely due to impaired driving, speeding, and unbuckled occupants. Drunk driving accounts for 1/3 of all traffic deaths. At this rate, the number of drunk driving deaths could exceed 12,000 for the first time over a decade. That's a number we do not want to see.
Members of MAD's victim impact panels also spoke at the event, in memory of the loved ones they lost to drunk drivers.
A man who I called Grandpa Marty for a short period time of my life was murdered by a 4th-time DUI offender on December 2nd of 2005. Martin Stott was hit from behind while walking back to his van on a job site in Ionia, Michigan.
My father, Dean Waldron, my stepmother, Sherry Waldron, my 12-year-old brother, Adrian Waldron, and my 4-year-old brother, Shane Waldron, all of which died on the day after Thanksgiving, 1980, and hit us going 120 miles an hour with a .324 blood alcohol level and cocaine in his system.
The Tie One On for Safety campaign runs through January 1st. For more information or to get involved, visit the MAD website.
Love Amelia Bedelia. I didn't expect to see you here. Have you thought about going out on a Friday night? We're having a concert. Why don't you join me?
So I'm going to play an array of Armenian and Middle Eastern folk music, village music. So we're playing, for the most part, the instrument that I play is an acoustic, authentic instrument. The kanun is an ancient harp that goes all the way back to the 5th century. And I've been playing for about 30 years at this point. These kinds of events, especially playing here, is very preferable for me, very enjoyable. I'm a Bloomfield Township resident. So this is the library that I grew up in. These refugees escaped with whatever they could take with them, and what I marvel about is the fact that they took the music with them, right? So it's not like everybody was a classically trained musician in the old country, historic Armenia. So the fact that they came here and then brought the music with them is awfully important.
The library's been doing concerts for over 2 decades now. Our Friday night concerts are always really well attended, which is a testament to our community and their commitment to the performing arts. In addition to just entertainment, concerts are also a way to expose audiences, people of all ages, to different styles of music from all around the world. And we do have a chamber music series coming up in coordination with the University of Michigan School of Theater, Music, and Dance. You can check our website, our events calendar at btpl.org is updated with the latest information. You can also check our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I wish you a safe and happy holiday season. Thanks for watching. If you have an idea for a story or would like to become a volunteer producer, get in touch.